Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake goes by.
Wake your fuck ass up. That crust out your eyes.
Yeah, man. It's only fitting, Heather B,
Talk about it, Sway. It's a beautiful day.
that we keep it real right now, man.
That's right.
So, without further ado, man, this guy right here, man, comes with a big entourage.
I love it. Stadium status.
Stadium status, man. Man, I've been, I don't know, man. I mean, he's been here before, so I don't have to do the gigantic intro. But man, I just think in certain cases, in certain places, there's a reason why certain people resonate with an audience, and a lot of it has to do with relatability and trust. When a comedian hits the stage, the ones that are most successful are the ones that the audience trust. So when they giving their philosophy and they're making fun of life, but they also making you think you trust it. We've seen it happen with Richard Pryor. We've seen it happen with Eddie Murphy. We're now witnessing it with Kevin Hart. And the same thing holds true to actors. When you see guys like Denzel or Meryl Streep, it's something about their artistry that we trust. And it's very relatable. And the kind of roles that typically depict, life on the streets, like we saw on The Wire, or when you see somebody expand their perimeters and their boundaries, and you see them play a character like Chalky White, like we see on Boardwalk Empire. No matter what this man touches, we trust what he does because he represented in such an authentic way. But let me tell you something. That's what you see on the screen. What you don't get a chance to see what happens off the screen. That's what I get a chance to see.
Talk about it.
Whenever I see this man, and we might be at a club, or man, I shouldn't have started with that one.
Red carpet?
Yeah, we might be on the red carpet.
Okay.
Last time when we bumped into each other in just a studio, I was doing some VO work and he was doing something else. It's the same guy. In fact, I dare to say, you think he plays these characters real on screen, but he's even realer in person than one and only Michael K. Williams.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Hey, man. What up, Mike?
What up, Sway?
Good to see you, man.
Always, brother. Always.
Every time I see him, I'm smiling. Mike! Mike! It's one of us.
Yeah.
There you
He's
go.
one of us,
You
man.
already know.
Man, I've been stuck on Boardwalk, bro. I've been watching that every week, man.
Yeah, it's coming to a close.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The last episode that I watched, might have been the last episode. I know y'all shot it a while back. Was when you walked into
Narcissus.
into his home.
Yeah.
And the girl, the stripper,
Daughter. Yeah.
his daughter.
No, her name is Daughter.
Her name is Daughter.
Yeah.
And she had a child there, which implies that is that his child?
We gonna find out.
Oh,
We
got
gonna
it.
find out.
Is that it? And you walked in with the gun, and you loved her though, right?
Yeah. Chalky loved her.
Chalky
Definitely
loved her.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And so, is he gonna shoot her?
We gonna find
We
out.
gonna find out.
The Twitter fans, man, they'll kill me if I get spoiler alerts, man. But I will tell you that all those questions will be answered this Sunday.
All those questions.
Wow.
Yeah, this Sunday. This the one.
Wow, man. Well, man, congratulations on that success. And then now you're in this new project, Kill the Messenger.
Yes, sir.
It's in theaters today.
Yeah.
And you're playing a legendary Rick Ross, right?
Yeah, the real one.
The real Rick Ross.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so what is this movie about?
Kill the Messenger is it follows this reporter named Gary Webb on his path to break this story of how the government, the CIA, allegedly flooded the streets of L.A. with crack cocaine to fund the Contra War in Nicaragua, and how Rick Ross was a pawn from day one. He got arrested, and who he thought was his co-defendant or his supplier, he found out while he was in prison that this man was actually going to testify against him and was working with the United States government from the very beginning.
Wow, and people hear this story and it sounds like it's a movie, but this is real life.
Right.
No, this really
real
happened.
life. So it implies so many things on so many levels. It's a very diabolical plot that allegedly, we'll say, the government is responsible for flooding the streets of all the major urban centers like New York, like L.A., like Oakland, where I'm from, with drugs. It just so happened my partner, King Tech, who I started with, and we do the Wake Up Show and have done it for years, had a chance to sit down and speak with the real Rick Ross. The Wake Up Show comes on Monday nights here on Shade 45, 8 p.m., and also Thursdays, 12 midnight. And the real Rick Ross used to listen to our show in the 90s when he was imprisoned. And so recently they talked, and Tech asked him this very question about what you just described. I want to play it back for you. So for people who don't believe it, because it's coming from an actor or really a real person who acts, this is the real Rick Ross speaking about it.
The movie's not all the way about me because there's a lot of government involvement in what I had and what I done. You know, I thought that I did it all by myself.
Right.
But when I went to court and all the paperwork came out, I found out I had some sources that was unknown to me that was in the White House. You know, guys like Ronald Reagan and George W. Bush Sr., Oliver North. So 80, it started in like 81, 80. Right. But it blew my mind to find out that my arms ran that far, you know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking that you know, I'm a local cat, you know, right here in South Central Los Angeles. Right. You know, making moves and making things happen. But then when you find out that these guys are behind the whole movement.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Well, you know what they was doing? They was taking the money from the arms, giving it to these cats to buy drugs.
And then the drugs would come to you, or you would give it to them, or
no, they was giving me the drugs. They guys that they were getting the drugs for were giving me the drugs.
And then what was in it for them?
Well, they wanted to win a war. You know, they was trying to keep out the Sandinistas out of Nicaragua. They felt that if the Sandinistas took over Nicaragua, then communists would attack America, and everybody in America would become communists.
Wow.
I rest my case.
And that's the voice of the real Rick Ross, King Tech interview recently.
I rest my case.
So it's scary when you talk about these sort of things and conspiracy theory and all these things, and people think you crazy. You know, but that's a part of a bigger matrix, right? Like,
and the reason why, whenever I speak about the government's involvement with this, and I use the word allegedly, let's be clear: the head of the CIA put forth a 400-page manuscript admitting all of this. The reason why I still use the word allegedly, because the only one that went to jail for it was Rick Ross. He was scapegoated from day one. He's the only one that served time for this, and this entire scandal.
Rick Ross.
Yeah.
That's the character that Michael K. Williams is playing in the movie Kill the Messenger that is in theaters today. I don't know how many screens you guys got for this one, because I'm sure.
Right, that's what I was about to say.
Yeah, I'm sure the government, man.
50, right. One for each state.
It's right now it's going to be limited, but I'm quite sure it's going to open up to more. Please go support it. It's even though this took place in the hood, this is an American story, and I hope that everybody that goes to watch this, when you come out, I hope you come out a little bit more curious. Let's look at our government with a little bit more scrutiny, and let's have a little bit more respect for our investigative journalists who literally sacrifice their lives so that we can have the truth. And I'm guilty of this. You know, I tend to like not want to pay attention to what the government is doing and just take for granted that they got our best interests, so they know what they're doing. That's not my area of expertise, but if I had a business, if I ran a coffee shop, would I take that approach with my employees? No, I'd be on their asses making sure they ran my business properly. Yeah. And I should have the same mentality, same attitude towards my government, because they work for me. Yeah. You know, and
for the people.
For the people.
By the
and
people.
I try not to be so bamboozled by, you know, what Lindsay Lohan is going to jail for today, or what antics did Justin Bieber do today. I try not to be so bamboozled with those types of stories so that I can pay attention to what really is going to affect me and my community.
Yeah. We call those distractions.
Distractions. Yeah. That's what happened with this story. Yeah. This story, when Gary Webb was putting his balls on the line, we got distracted with Monica Lewinsky and President Clinton. Yeah. That was a smoke back then when this was going down. Yeah. So I hope that people just come out the theater with the third eye just a little bit more open.
Yeah. And you know, it's a whole interview with the real Rick Ross that King Tech did. Hit him up on Twitter. It's @WakeUpShow, @WakeUpShow. And you can go online. Just Google a Wake Up Show interview with the real Rick Ross. And he talks about a whole lot of things. I just picked that minute-long clip.
Yeah.
You know, he talks about the rapper Rick Ross, you know, assuming his name.
Yeah.
He talks about a lot of things that I think will be eye-opening to the public. In fact, man, let's just keep that platform open. You know, if it's, you know, if you ever been accused of being a conspiracy theorist because of something you believe about the government, man, I'm going to go ahead and do this, Mike.
Hey,
Man, get it.
Let's get it in, man.
Let's do it.
Let's just put it to the table, man. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, let's do
Let's
it.
put it out, man. If you got concerns about your government, they work for you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because a lot of these drug dealers think they're coming up, you know, and they feel like, you know, I'm making strides. I'm making this money. You're being used in many cases as pawns. That's just an indirect way to tear down that community, in my opinion.
Pac always said that, you know, late great Tupac. That was something that I heard him say first. You know, we all hoes in the bigger scheme of things. You know, we thinking we balling because we making millions, but there's somebody. For every million we make, there's somebody making a 5-10 million off of us.
Yeah.
So we need to, you know, we need to be a little bit more aware about the whole picture, not just be blinded by what's in front of us. You know? And I'm guilty of it too. I'm no angel, so I bring it back to myself.
Yeah, I'm no saint either, man.
Yeah.
All right, 888-742-3345.
On that note, you going to the club tonight?
Soul's rendezvous.
Ooh, you did. No, you did.
So what do you know about Danilo Brando?
I don't know.
Oh, come on, Ricky. Danilo's gonna testify against you tomorrow.
He's the witness they've been hiding.
Man, ain't no way they flipped Danilo, man.
Sit down
Nah.
and listen to what he has to say.
They didn't flip anyone. Blandon was working for the government the entire time.
You for real?
Yeah.
Look here, man, he was 1,000 times heavier than I'll ever be. I couldn't sell it fast enough to keep up with supply.
Slow down. You mean demand?
No, I mean supply. I was buying 100 kilos a week, selling $3 million a day, and still couldn't get rid of that inventory fast enough, man. It was raining coke.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Wow. That's from Kill the Messenger. It's a movie in theaters today. Michael K. Williams playing the real Rick Ross. And that was a clip from him. Was he being indicted there, or what was that?
Nah, that's he was in jail. He thought everything was gravy up until that scene. He was just waiting, you know, to go before the judge, do his due, pay his bail, make bail and bounce. It was in that scene that he found out that his supplier was working with the government and was testifying on him, like snitching on him. And he was like, that's no way. I was getting my coke from him. How can he snitch on me and not indict himself? Well, because he was working for the government. That was the problem.
So was that entrapment? Is that what they call that? Or
I mean, that should have been a whole lot of things, man.
Yeah.
I can't. This whole thing just stinks. It reeks.
Yeah.
You know.
Damn, this is amazing.
That's called rule number 1.
Word up.
It's a dirty
game. David is
Memorize that.
David is in Houston. What's up, man? Good morning. How you doing, David?
No, I'm doing good. How y'all doing this morning?
All right, man. Say what's up to Michael K. Williams, man. That's your homie, man. You can holler at him right here.
Yeah, what's up, man? How you doing?
What up, my dude?
Yeah, man, I'm doing great, man. I'm just back in Houston parlaying, but I just listened to the show and I had a quick question because I noticed that this marijuana and weed is going to be legal pretty much everywhere as far as under government control, or they're trying to control it. But I mean, do you feel that similar activity will happen? You know, similar to Rick Ross and and the drugs that he was pushing happen with the weed industry coming up, because ultimately, still we know we're going to have brothers selling it, even though they're going to have it medicated and pushing it to hospitals and whatnot. But I just see this in the future. Some of these brothers just don't understand that they can be all in their pockets just the same way they was in his.
I just think that, mass incarceration due to low-level drug selling is just wrong on all levels. I think that, it's really messed up how they're flooding the jails with a lot of brown people on these low charges, and which is why I became the ambassador for the ACLU against mass incarceration, so that we could end that and we could prevent any more Rick Rosses from happening.
Wow, there you go, man. We got Rod on the line from Atlanta. Rod, what would you like to say?
Just talk in regards to the conspiracy theory. I feel like there's some truth to it. I mean, it's pretty obvious every time that someone powerful in our community, black, speak out, just like he just mentioned, Tupac, in regards to, making us powerful, those people end up dead somehow. And somehow, mysteriously, the suspect got killed or they disappear. I mean, I just think it's some bullshit. And like my man said, we just need to scrutinize our government a whole lot more than we do, other than paying these motherfuckers to get paid to fuck us.
Okay, man, we appreciate your comment, Rod. A little scary, man, because we speaking out now. What does that mean?
Right.
All right, well, one last question, man. We got Black from Oakland, my hometown. Black, what you want to say, man?
Man, first of all, man, salute from the nation.
That's what's up, family.
Well, Oakland. Michael K. White, hey, bro, when I say the realest out there, bro, the rest of them actors don't seem tangible, bro. When you speak, do something, act something, like it seems so authentic when we see it come from you. You know what I'm saying? We believe it. And then to take a project like this, I see that you really surprised. So just respect on top of respect. And then everything that y'all was touching on, something that large to be imported into this country clearly couldn't have happened without a passage from the government. You know what I'm saying? Something that big, that's like when somebody like a JFK gets touched, something that big, towers come down. Somewhere in there, a call got to be made from the top. So when you see the way that our community was infested with that drug, you tell me clearly a call came from the top. And for you to take that project on, man, I can't do nothing but respect you and salute you on doing all that. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, beloved. Thank you, bro.
And Black, that's Michael K. Williams. Michael White.
He said White.
Yeah, somebody else. He got, he mixed Chalky
White.
with Michael
Williams.
Man.
Yeah.
That's what he
And
did.
just called him Michael White.
And it probably was that weed that the caller before was talking about. Got to him, right, Mike?
Yeah, I think you got a hold of that.
Hey, Mike, I'm going to see you in the streets. I already know what it is, man. We're going to check this movie, Kill the Messenger. Look for it online if you can't find it in a neighborhood near you, and support it. It's a truthful movie. So,
comes out today, October 10th. Kill the Messenger. In theaters today.
There it is, man. Michael K. Williams, ladies and gentlemen. Up next, we got Jada Pinkett Smith. And perhaps she'll bring Will with her. And also Movie Junkies with DB. Sway in the morning.
It's Sway in the morning. Only on Shade 45.